Welcome back, everybody. It's Wednesday, November 19th, 2025. Born on this date in 1972, University of Alabama, and NFL player David Palmer of Birmingham. And it's National Play Monopoly Day. I'm boycotting until they bring back the boot. You can't have Monopoly without the boot. Today we're going to talk about the Epstein files, PBS and an APT, a possible program for Redstone Arsenal, the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame, and how much money Jimmy Buffett is still making. I'm Mike Morgan, and we're down in Alabama. Alabama's entire congressional delegation, Democrats and Republicans, voted in favor of releasing the so-called Jeffrey Epstein files, reports AL.com's Howard Koplowitz. Now, indeed, only one member of either chamber voted against it, and so the legislation now goes to President Trump, who's expected to sign it. Now, as the vote began to seem inevitable, Trump recently called on Republicans to vote for forcing the release. Congressman Barry Moore of Enterprise praised and defended Trump after the vote. Quote, President Trump has always led the charge to fight weaponized government that protects the elites, and any suggestion otherwise is a lie meant to distract and divide Republicans as we fight to save America by enacting his agenda. Of course, Trump resisted a full release of files connected to Epstein's sex crime investigations for months, even calling some Republicans stupid for sounding off on the issue that he now calls a hoax. Senator Katie Britt released a statement expressing her satisfaction with the vote and pointing out that Democrats did not take steps to have the files released during President Biden's 4 years in office. PBS is staying on Alabama public television, at least for now. AL.com's Elena Bookman and Nick Patterson report that the Alabama Educational Television Commission voted on whether to sever ties to the network Tuesday and decided to table that idea at least through the current contract, which expires in June. Now, while less federal funding is coming in, officials also fear losing thousands of supporters and millions of dollars in donations if they essentially fired Big Bird and all his friends from APT. And some PBS supporters did show up to the meeting dressed as Big Bird or Elmo or the Cookie Monster. The vote also came after Governor Kay Ivey suggested the commission chill out for a bit and gather more public opinion. Redstone Arsenal in Huntsville is on the short list of possible sites for a new U.S. Army nuclear program, reports AL.com's Lita Gore. Now, as part of the Janus program, the new sites, wherever they could be, could receive nuclear microreactor power generators by 2030. The program is being designed to deliver energy to defense installations. The microreactors, as you might gather from their name, are really small nuclear reactors, small enough to catch a ride on a tractor trailer so that they can be moved around easier. They produce up to 50 megawatts of power and function independently of the traditional grid, according to Stripes.com. The Army isn't sure how many sites will be used, but joining Redstone on the list of possibles are Fort Benning, Georgia, Fort Bragg, North Carolina, Fort Campbell, Kentucky, Fort Drum, New York, Fort Hood, Texas, Fort Wainwright, Alaska, Holston Army Ammunition Plant in Tennessee, and Joint Base Lewis McChord in Washington. The Alabama Sports Hall of Fame announced its class of 26 inductions this week, reports AL.com's Mark Abenett. Now, among those being honored is the man who's considered an early favorite to be elected governor later next year, U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville. Tuberville coached Auburn from 1999 through 2008. During that time, the Tigers were 85-40 with an unbeaten season and a 7-3 record in the Iron Bowl. The quarterback on that unbeaten 2004 team was Jason Campbell, who's also part of the class of 26. Their induction ceremony will be May 9th at the Sheraton, Birmingham. Now, the class also includes 6 others. Major League pitcher Cowboy Jeff Brantley of Hoover, University of Alabama and NFL defensive end John Copeland of Chambers County, Auburn golfer and women's golf coach Kim Evans of Decatur, Alabama and NFL offensive lineman Evan Mathis of Homewood, Alabama football and basketball player and CFL and USFL defensive back Ray Odoms of Birmingham, and longtime UAH softball coach Les Studeman of Tuscaloosa. She led the Chargers to 26 NCAA tournament appearances in 30 seasons. All worthy inductees in this class. Now, if the contemporary baseball era committee puts Dale Murphy in Cooperstown, as it should, the next year will be a great year for Halls of Fame. Jimmy Buffett died 2 years ago, but he is still managing to separate a lot of us from some of our money. Forbes has released its list of the highest paid dead celebrities of 2025, reports AL.com's Lawrence Specker, and Alabama's own Buffett is at number 8. His estate pulled an estimated $14 million between October 1st, 24 and September 30th of 25. That money's pouring in courtesy of everything from music to hotels to actual cheeseburgers to retirement communities to gift shop merch that says, "You better lava me now or lava me not." The $14 million is impressive, but some incomes of the deceased list soar much higher. Michael Jackson's estate brought in around $105 million over the same time period, and Dr. Seuss made $85 million. Even Elvis Presley, who's been gone 48 years now, pulled in $17 million. Thank y'all so much for listening to us. We'll be back here again in the morning. Until then, y'all come by anytime you want to and see what we're doing on the internet at al.com.